you do?
We only have 3
I'll
minutes.
help.
You're part of it.
Josh, did you hear that?
Tell me when I'm supposed to holler.
On this one.
This is it. Hard never done.
All right, I'm gonna do some hard ones.
All right.
Just try to
We
pick up
got.
Oh, by the way, Cindy, you get to do the hard
Go for solid 3.
Jack's in the way. I can't see you.
You'll put those in.
There you go.
You didn't do anything yet. Can you ask them out? Huh? Can you ask them out?
You see now?
I think I like
Squat it. Squat it. Putting cards in.
Okay, ready? Okay.
Smoke smoking. This game promotes
We
smoking.
already did this. Shaking hands.
Introduction.
Introducing. A name tag. Yes.
I want her tag.
Hustle. Hustle.
Fire.
Wimpy. Tighten. Screwdriver.
Tightening it up.
Bolt.
Bolt.
Tightening the screw. Screw. Yes.
Ah, you missed it.
That was good acting, Becky.
Becky, I want to see Wimpy again.
We're real sorry you missed it. Sit down. What was it?
Wrench.
Wrench. It was wrench.
The Grinch.
Good. The wrench.
I think this game promotes smoking.
I think that one needs to put in the back. Okay, who's got even, y'all? Now we're going into order.
Now it's team 5 in the kitchen. They've got to make it up.
We're losing, man.
Oh, but you got to do that.
Now we think. Do I get red?
Go for the 3s.
What? Yes, you did.
Come on, go for the 3s. We got to mind it.
How many do I have to remember?
Mind over here. I got you.
How many do I have to?
Yeah, Bobby did it. Bobby.
Maybe I better.
Hey, Joe. Hey, come on, eat a little bit more. Come on over here. Time to promote here. Time to play.
These are hard, David.
Okay, we got hard ones. She's getting pure hard ones now.
No, I don't think we ought to do those. We're up to 4s now.
Did she show you? Just a white. Sit down, Nathan. I can't see. This is my acting team.
I don't know how to do
Yeah,
that.
do that. You can do that. Jack.
I don't know how to do that. You won't guess.
If you get half of it out, we'll get it.
No, you won't get it. Try real hard.
We're going to try. Concentrate.
Okay, let me think.
Concentrate.
All right. Just sit down. Go ahead.
Here we go.
I can't see him. Move that way, baby. Oh, yes. You can do it. Reading. What's that? Oh.
Headphones.
Thinking.
An idea. Headache.
Never mind.
Idea.
Okay, now this one.
Never mind.
Desert.
Desert? Are you sure it wasn't
How
dessert?
do you do desert?
You look real dry.
You know what my idea was? Remember. How would you do remember? Right. I did. What are you doing with your hand?
Just got.
Oh, with remembering. Yes. Should have got a light bulb put over it. Not easy. We got 8. You got 16. Okay, check that means they can't get anything. Who's the actor?
It's gonna be Bobby.
Did you come over here and help you?
Well, Bobby,
Yeah, okay, that.
Go count them all. I didn't get that.
John Christian.
Are they being mean to you? And
I got 5.
I'll pick the best 4 then.
I'll take that one right there. All right, give her that one. Excuse me.
That's all right. We'll stop there.
Okay, Cindy.
He's all
Put the
for it.
hardest one in last. Show her how to do it.
The hardest one in land. Yeah, easiest to hardest. Easy. Are you allowed to pass them up?
No. Andrew.
How do you know if they're hard? Is this numbers mean they're hard?
Come here. You want to snap this thing down for Mama?
If they're more numbers, they're probably that. This is probably
Just like that.
Ready?
Wait. Let Andrew do it. Okay.
Okay, come here, Andrew.
Get your cat ball. Bounce, dribble, bounce ball.
Oh, good.
pinball machine.
Shoot.
Slingshot.
Shoot.
Slingshot. Roll. Hula
Barrel.
hoop.
Barrel.
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 Bell and hay.
Ball.
What?
Down.
Yeah, what?
Sunshine.
Suspenders. Suspenders.
Cape. Cape.
Cape.
And what was the round thing?
Cindy. What was the third? Cindy.
Cindy.
What was the third thing? A wheel.
You could have sat there before.
That's right.
Okay, where'd those go?
Don't bend them all up. Casey, you need to.
Lick.
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Watermelon.
Candy.
Boy.
Oh.
Circle.
Round, circle, wheel.
Ballerina.
Bat. Big.
What were they? Did we guess them right?
Well, last one must be.
Maybe not quite that old. Maybe about 2. And I got my first red tricycle that had a flag.
I brought it more.
A red tricycle with a wing.
And Grandma had gone to,
Watch the
I think,
television.
Goodwill or
Come on,
someplace,
get
and
that.
bought me a
Come on,
whole
get
bunch
that.
of these little bitty dolls. I still got
Yeah, tell them what.
little bitty dolls about like this, and made a bunch of dresses for me. Mama had fixed their hair with nets and all this kind of stuff. And they had them sitting in a chair by the Christmas tree. You remember that? I've never, that Christmas to me, of all the Christmases, that one stands out in my memory. A little wagon, had a little thing up here, had a bell on it. Oh, I was so proud of it. And I couldn't even reach the pedal booth.
Guys, how young were you?
I was
5 or 6.
maybe. Cause
If
Jackson,
they was 3 or 4, then you're
no,
4
he
years.
was, they were about 2 or 3.
You have to lean over there.
Well, you're 4 years older than they are, then
Right.
6 or 7.
I was about 6 or 7 years old.
How about you then, Mother?
Well, one of the most altogether pleasant times, I guess, was we were kind of poor. I had a refrigerator, I had an old coat box for a refrigerator. And we were planning Christmas at my house. And when David and them, I think got their first little guns put on. They got their first set of guns for their heads. We had the Christmas tree in the down room, in that little room that's built down. Her 2 rooms was on the other side. And Irene and Nell came down. And there was, all of Lewis, his was there. And Tom was home from off the truck. And we had a big fire in the front room and one in Mama's stove on her side of it, opened up the whole house. And we had a real fine dinner and everything was so pleasant, so nice.
Was this down here?
I didn't forget the
Yeah.
whole house.
I've forgotten how that stepped down and then stepped back up on the other side.
Yeah. I don't know how many pages is there between you? I don't know where you were. I've got pictures
6
of it.
between us.
No, you were up on it.
I didn't think so.
How about you?
One that always comes to mind instantly when people ask questions like that is the year that Uncle Mel lost our 22. And other than they got us a couple of pistols or something. But I knew what that 22 was a long time before I opened it. Because of the shape of the box and whatnot. And that's the one that comes to mind.
How about
You
you?
thought you was grown.
Well, you don't know. Mel asked permission to give you boys the 22. He says, I know it's best to always have the dads give the boys their first guns. But he says, would you permit me to do this? And we, Tom Since you asked Mildred that and she recalled, I've been trying to think
You
of
sure
just
can.
the
You
most memorable thing. And
Sure.
really and truly, there's a number of them that really stands out. But I remember at the Christmas time, I gave Marilee her rings on December 19th, and all their engagement rings. And when you children started coming along, and we had all of the family, Mom Bushy, Dad Bushy, and George and all that. We've celebrated a good many memorable Christmases, you know. I guess, but like Mildred says, back then we weren't near as affluent as quite possibly as what we are now, and things then were so much more important than what they are now. You know, when I could get new tools and different things and all that. You know, I remember one Christmas I bought Marilee the right front tire for her Christmas present. She bought me the left front tire, well, when then we bought Mildred and Marilee a pair of boots, you know, for wood cutting out through here. And many years ago, we had 4 axes, and Mildred and Tom and Marilee and I and all we'd go down here and clear brush, you know, with our axes and with our saws. And only then it was a crosscut saw. And Tom and I, we cut some trees down. Believe me, we cut some trees down. And different memories like that come back, you know, where Christmas, I don't know, it's not that they meant so much more then, no, but it was just more of a, it wasn't a struggle, but it
Made an effort to be.
you made more of an effort, it was more of an effort to try to really and truly surprise somebody with a gift, and you just had to do a lot of long range planning in order to come up with something of it.
Put them in the layaway and paid them out.
Yeah, week by week and all
Remember
that. There's a lot of
Mildred got
planning.
her fur coat for Tom's birthday.
How about yours, Mother?
What was the question, Sarah? I wasn't here
If
when
you
you
were-
asked it.
What, amongst the families that we shared Christmas together, whatever, what was your most memorable or most pleasant Christmas that you recall?
I would say probably the first year when you were born, when I thought I was going to be in the hospital on Christmas Day and you came early. And I was so happy to be able to be home for Christmas because I didn't think I'd be able to at the time. But Daddy, my mom came down and we got to go Christmas shopping. She took me to town to get something, Christmas lights or something. It's the first time after I've been out of the hospital. And I went down and we signed up for, we didn't even know what, it was just something you sign up to win something. And Mom won a set of bowls or something. She won, no, a mixer. That's why I got my mix master. But that one stands out. But they all stand out, really. They stand out when we first came down before any of the kids came along. And in order to get to go home to see my folks over Christmas, we didn't have the money and we would sell. One time we butchered a hog and sold a sausage door to door. Another time we sold all our scrap metal to get enough money to go home.
I was working construction, you know, then we had a big waterproof tarp that was tucked in at the foot and around on the side. Well, Marilee got in underneath that tarpaulin and underneath them covers, and I got in fully dressed and all that, you know, right beside her and all like that, and Tom and Mildred was in the front seat, and as I grabbed that tarpaulin and brought it up and was tucking it down underneath, you know, Well, there was still enough air running through there and all like, here come Merrily, you know? Well, she wasn't.
I'm not staying over that far.
He didn't tell me that I was gonna have my head cut.
Well, what's the matter? What's the matter? No, she couldn't take that at all. No. We had to make other arrangements.
Bob, what was your most memorable Christmas?
Oh, I don't know. I've had so many of them.
Mama, what was yours?
One that I can look the best, I think, was one year, we didn't have much money to get for you Christmas Day, and we made y'all's toys that Christmas. I think we enjoyed that Christmas more than any Christmas we ever had.
What did we get?
Got a 2-box and a little table and some benches on each side of it. Not a lot of them, but that's one of them. You know, you were small, you don't remember some, for sure.
I remember a wooden bench we messed around with for years and years.
That's it, that's the one of them.
We painted it 2 or 3 times. Remember me and David out painting that tractor that time, we got to slinging the brushes at each other and you got us in the house and had to wash it down.
I remember one Christmas at 428 Bond, no, right across from the Franklin Park. I had put my order in, I wanted a Red Ryder BB gun.
Where they based that movie.
Christmas story.
And I got me a Red Ryder BB gun, and they had it wrapped up and put it in the downstairs closet, and all way back right up in the
You
front
knew exactly
corner.
where it was, didn't you?
Right up in the front corner, right in there underneath, behind a bunch of clothes and all the rest of it. And they would go off and go to town, you know, and go to work and this, that, and the other, and I'd be home by myself, and I'd get my BB gun out long before Christmas.
Oh.
And I'd go outside and I'd shoot, you know, I'd just shoot up a storm and all like that. I shot half the lights out of out of Franklin Park out there from our back porch. It was just right across the street. And like it was in the Andy Hardy series and all like that, though, when you walk through the park about every 50 foot, they had these big, long, tall poles up there with a big glass globe, you know, big round glass globe on it, you know. And every evening, well, it was just kind of a gathering place, you know. And I guess I was about Nathan's size, and I'd get that BB gun out. Ting!
John Christian, you get tired, drop her. Ask Daddy when he did his BB gun, he got it.
I don't shoot a hole in the chimney with that. Put it against the chimney, pull the trigger, and bust the barrel.
Had them old mud stick, old, you know.
How about yours, Bob?
I was thinking I'm hard pressed to come up with one that in particular that stands out. You know, when I got you know, every Christmas morning you wake up and there's stuff out under the tree. It was just really something that you look back on. I think something that sticks out more in my mind rather than any one particular Christmas is the tradition that we had and the fact that every Christmas we would get together first up here, and everybody would get together. I mean, everybody was here, and then it would be midnight before we'd ever go down to the house down there. And I mean, and it was every year we'd holler Christmas gift at midnight, you know, and it's just the memory that a tradition was set, and year after year after year after year after year, everybody was there.
You could just look forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't we start at different houses? Didn't we
Yeah,
alternate?
wouldn't wake them up till midnight, we'd put them to bed, and then we'd get everything ready at midnight.
Yeah, we slept a lot.
I don't think we ever put 2 kids to bed.
I never went to bed on
How
Christmas.
about you, Becky?
I think,
I was big.
Good night, Cindy.
What about yours?
Good night, Andrew.
All of us got bicycles.
That's back
one
to the
year,
party.
and we were getting in that not balloons.
Hell, down there getting.
Here.
What we didn't think about was Dad.
This is not my house. I know exactly where
It's your 2 kids. Go back.
Plants on the kitchen road. Well, that undid everything.
I'll
We
holler
were
here,
sure
y'all
there had to
put
be
the-
one, because we knew they couldn't
Not
have
Heather,
three
I
bicycles
get
all
them
at
too
one
crazy.
time.
Well,
That was,
Daddy's got a pocket.
but I'm like you, and I think probably having David at the age, I told Nathan, I think that when you have a baby, and I'm sure his mother probably is the same, when you have a baby in December, it makes you more aware of Christ, you know, and now that I have Nathan and David's birthday at Christmas, it reminds you of the Christmas story more and what Mary had to have gone through in that time of the year.
I don't really have a specific
Get back to pepper, please.
instance or whatever. I
Let me see
remember
that knife.
bits and collections of
I need
a
to see
lot of-
pocket knives.
But
Oh, that's an
I
old
think
timer.
all the time, we didn't start up here, as Bob was
Yeah.
saying, I think, I recall,
Starting down.
starting down there and coming up here, and it was a cold
Might as well
night,
keep
and
them
I must have
sharp
been
if you're
about
gonna have a pocket knife.
11 or 12, because, you know, it was just the anticipation of moving to the next house, and you weren't done yet, even though you'd received gifts, and whatever else, you'd received gifts from Mother and Dad, but then you go up here and Aunt Mildred and Uncle Tom would have gifts for you, and the emotions of thinking about what you'd already received and what you had were fixing to receive, and then the pile of coats, you know, just things like the pile of coats when it'd be cold outside and you'd come in, everybody pile them in one place, and then we'd try to figure out where the best spot to sit, and you're trying to be close to the tree, but not too close to the tree, because you don't want to be real obtrusive.
Arguing about who's gonna play Santa Claus.
Yeah, and
Still happens.
you know, it wasn't
Family tradition.
it wasn't mixture. I recall being, you know, pleased as punch when Dad and them would open a present that they had got off the mail route. You know, where people had given them things and they'd open their gifts off from people on the mail route. Maybe they'd already opened them before, I don't even recall.
No, we didn't.
But when Dad would bring home 2 or 3 gifts from people that had given him, and we'd always ask him who had given him these gifts, whatever. And that must have been between 55 and 62, 63, because Mother wasn't working then. And then waiting for you, and you always got home real late, seemingly on Christmas Eve, because you were carrying late.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you had to clear out the post office before you go home.
so there's, you know, a whole mixture of emotions, no specific gifts that I recall. I recall being, you know, pleased with all of them.
What started that tradition of having it on Christmas Eve?
I think we started with one gift. We started with one gift. We asked
Yeah.
we asked for permission to open one gift, and we opened one gift
On Christmas.
on Christmas Eve. And we did it, originally we did open the gifts on Christmas morning, but we started, we got one gift. I recall that. And then it expanded, and we got 1 or 2 gifts. But we could have one gift out from under the tree. We could open one gift. And
It changed over the years, but when we first started, the reason it was, up at his house, they'd get the stuff on, they'd have the children, they'd fix the stuff, and they'd beat them up. And they didn't get to see him open the presents. And Linda would get up, you would know where you keep that child in bed.
yeah.
And she'd be in under the tree, she'd playing with everything. And so we said, well, we gotta beat this some way. So we started having it at night, you know, just before, and we'd get as close to 12 as we could, as how come we was up that late.
How about you, Ralph? Did you say? Did you say a while ago?
No, he didn't say that.
I don't know, this, I don't know why every time I think of Christmas, that time we went to Biloxi, Mom stood here. She had 2 sisters, their both husbands were in the Air Force stationed at, Keystone, and we went down there for one Christmas. And, of course, there were several cousins, all of us were mine and my brother's age, and that was the first year, because most time Christmas was either right there, and I remember being little enough for some of them in Memphis, and it was 4 and a half, moved to Mississippi, and they were all at Mississippi, but I don't remember being deprived any Christmas. I don't remember feeling like I was deprived or anything. And it's my birthday's on the 14th, so all those gray packages from Sears would come in, when you finally found out there wasn't, what Sears was, and all those gray packages would come in, so you just had to know which one's birthday and which one's Christmas, you know. And sometimes she'd even let me say, you just pick out one for your birthday, and then the rest of you'll have to wait, and that, you know, we did that a lot sometimes. we'd always, David would ask Mama what she got me, and I would ask her what she got him, and then we're gonna tell each other.
Yeah. How about you, Debbie?
Well, I'm like you, David. I have more memories of Christmas, what's going on around me than I do a specific Christmas. I grew up in Southern California, so our street was lined with palm trees that were probably 30 feet tall, all the way down, and at the end of our street were mountains, and on the mountain we had a big star, so that to me was the Star of Bethlehem. And I remember that very well. I remember rushing around getting our Christmas costumes for the church play ready, and the panic because I couldn't find my halo, and little things.
Misplaced that sucker.
Yeah,
She's still looking for it.
little things like that.
Do you remember any of your parts for your Christmas play?
Mhm.
I remember when,
Is this yours?
now this is how long ago it's been. I was the size, I imagine, of Jae or Casey. And I was the first one to start the program.
Yeah, I remember that.
I'm a Christmas conductor. I'd like to explain. I'm not in charge of this limited train. There's plenty of room, lots of room for each one. So all aboard. We'll start on our run.
Oh,
Golly. I can't even remember Bible
Not
verses
like
when
this,
that's
Mama
what
had him all dressed up, he went out, got the pulpit, said it so big and everything, she was laughing, busting her butt.
Yes. So see, Coach B said, whenever he said, all aboard. We'll start on our run.
That'd be a good opening line right now, wouldn't it?
What was your worst Christmas?
do you remember
You know what?
more lemonade?
I guess I'm gonna end up getting mostly the kid.
Andrew, you want some gravy on your potatoes? Dark meat?
It's already been there.
You got butter on your sprinkle. You got butter. Don't tell that to Becky.
Casey, I didn't get you a roll. You want a roll?
Tell you're not a dipper if you don't have
Alright, I'll get you one. I go to the Dollar Jumper.
Did you get a, did you get a stuffed mushrooms, Christian? You're on that track.
A new one, David? That's why you have to do all these instructions.
I made that, that's good stuff.
Already have lemonade.
Okay. It must be real good.
Let's eat something. Let's eat dinner now. Come on, let's eat.
I'm making her play right now. I thought like today I was up at like 7 o'clock and I went into her and it's like 9:30. Thinking you remember this guy that came into the hospital and he had ate all the mushrooms out of his yard. He had ate what? All the mushrooms out of his yard.
Way to go.
You women.
What would you do without us being around? Literally, you're sitting right there.
Man, the taters are good.
Who's down there?
I'm already headed.
You guys don't want to get that close to kids?
I know it. I'm just right. I just stay right.
And we're proud.
Yes, dearie.
Why don't you have a seat? There's 2 spots down there,
Okay.
but you'll be down by a table.
Watch out, man. You might tickle you.
Not hard around. Now, the yucky.
Naturally, he wouldn't forget.
He
your finger in it for me, Miss Jefferson.
And your mom got
We did.
that fight.
Oh, no, my little sister. You're from Miss Mel. My mom was
Oh, I thought your sister was on your mom because she laughed.
You drink chocolate milk peanuts. It's nice to talk about. It's what we eat. We were drinking chocolate milk.
Yeah.
He was laughing.
What do you miss all the food, David? You call me a fibber, Andrew.
She's telling him, we brought this, and we brought this, and we brought this, and he's going, no, you didn't. Jaylene. What was that one?
Breaking the baby.
Jaylene, come here.
Breaking the baby.
Jaylene. Why didn't our grandma come? Debbie, you sitting in the room? You got a seat, haven't you?
I'm sitting right there. No, but I'll bring you some other. You guys want me to move down there like that?
Well, I was trying to find a spot where I'll be able to.
Who's that right there?
Nobody's sitting right here, Deb. Just sit right here. Deb.
Is that me? Well, is there room for another chair?
There's one right down there.
No, do you want to sit by me? I don't want to sit right down there, but I will if you guys want me.
Go ahead, go ahead, Dave, go ahead.
I think I'll be down here. Put me wherever you want to, it doesn't matter.
There you go. You're not great, talk about stupid stuff.
We got some, but they weren't really dark. So I got $3. And they were called neon Mondays. And then when we got home,
David
they were glow, and all the just bright colors. Oh, well that's false advertising, because that definitely looks like a glow.
You know them Walmart people.
Bring out the extra
I
roll.
saw them.
Already been proving they undercut prices on purpose.
That's right.
I didn't see it.
I don't know why they had to
I
go
will
to court to prove
go
that,
and
always
send
did
it.
it.
Send it guys. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Oh, I'm getting up the rest of this.
Sure enough?
Real slow.
Sit there, Melinda. Not that I don't love Amanda here.
That's why nobody took it.
That's right.
Here's a roll.
Excuse me.
Oh, have empty, please. Is this your finger? Thank you. Yeah. You have something to say?
I'll get to have to film us eating.
Pretty soon they'll make this into a video.
It'll be so boring. You'll see all of us sitting here.
Good.
The rolls are on first.
Go on.
Yeah, if it's been a snake, you might have looked at the little bit.
You did
There
good.
could be enough places.
Those rolls do work better, and not only in Helena, huh?
call you Daddy.
But it's hard to catch a little sucker and skin them out.
Call you clear 'em. You.
They run so fast.
Rosie Rocks.
Real.
We'll call you Rock. And you.
First glance, I thought they were sausage balls. I thought they were.
What?
First glance, I thought they were sausage balls. Way out in the room looking. I thought, well, okay, sausage balls. I like them too.
Caffeine full of.
Call you Kevin. Free stuff measure. Hey, Samantha.
A family tradition.
Hey, Kid. Hi, Kid.
Oh, I call him the king.
Hey, Rock.
Hi.
Hi, Daddy. Hi, Kevin. Free.
I'm not answering my name.
Hi, 3M. 3 megabytes.
I called you that.
Electrical product.
Baby, baby.
Pardon me, what?
Daddy.
Those are cool products.
Hey, Big Daddy.
What? They are so very easy. Yeah.
Sugar Daddy.
No, I heard.
Hi, Samantha.
What is this supposed to mean?
They figured that.
You wonder if somebody had heard something.
What do you want? Hey, Blondie, what do you want?
Videotaping Bobby Howard and 20 years from now, he'll think I was so stupid. I need
Hi,
that.
Samantha.
It's off.
It's the best. Yeah.
That one's still on.
Oh, hi.
Did you say
Debbie's
me?
camera went off.
Yeah, so you can't take what you're on saying. That would be
Or you go.
Well, it's
No,
not
it's
off.
harder on the bottom. You're really down on the bottom, but I'm
You could just do that for that.
Hi, me in a long time from now.
Hi, T.
Oh, okay, yeah, probably so.
They probably still just put that in.
I got William all over the place.
No.
Save the whales.
You had a dumb brother-in-law.
Is that a good camera, David?
John, he goes over here and looks at it and says, save the whales.
My wife encouraged me to.
I'm tired. And now I'm fat.
We got a camera catcher.
There is one thing. I knew it was
Chubby. I'm tired of you.
one thing I can say. Becky never encouraged me to spend any
I'm
money.
very
I can lay down on the floor and my stomach will come out for later.
Well,
That's nice to know, Nick.
I tell you what, I'm gonna give her about one more week after this rush of this Thanksgiving down to order her couch or figure out what she's gonna get out. And that fit group will be out in the yard. Started off Goodwill, she can be sitting on the floor.
Bless you, bless you.
Doesn't he talk big?
You know, actually, I have to act like I'm a famous man and order my life by a couch.
She's the same grade as she's just 60.
Well,
Baby doll. What?
okay, so Becky, you're gonna get a couch, but see,
I asked him, I said, have you ordered these two?
Hey, Kathy.
And if he would have said yes, I would have heard of it.
Yeah.
She ate 4 s'mores for breakfast, a Coke, and 2
Why would I know it?
well,
he played ball with the ball cart.
I don't like it.
what are you
Eggs,
gonna do?
eggs,
You want a couch that has reclining chairs.
Yeah.
But now you've got it sectional, are you gonna get sectional?
ow, Andrew, don't bite me.
What are you gonna get?
Well, right now we're looking either lazy boy or people in
There's this kid.
bigger
He
size.
yells out.
Ow.
That size, a little bit higher back.
Yeah.
And if you
I ate a diet today, a hamburger and a half,
Oh, that's what you got.
and 2 cookies.
But are you gonna
My
get
friend, I went to
a
his
lazy
house.
boy to go with
He
you?
drank
I think.
2
I'll have to.
stuff my tongue out right here.
Turn around for the lazy boy.
That ain't real hard.
In about an hour.
These winter afternoons when it's dark about 5, it ain't hard at all. Make me a lazy boy.
You know what I did? And then there's this kid. Bullwinkle. But yeah, there's
Well, last
this
week
kid
I
in my
was standing out there
class
trying to put a
named
fence up by the headlights of my truck.
Bullwinkle. Yeah, there just happened to be a rocky too.
Did it work? Yeah. I put it up. That section on.
See, what we
Everything is wonderful at home. They're just letting me. So are we and Scott on it?
Maybe we all will.
Yeah, I have a kid in my class
What
named
day?
Ford going, there's also a Rocky in it. It says, is there a Mr. Peabody in it?
Are we gonna do like we did last year? Everybody's group with their grateful
I
part?
think so.
No. Say what? What's their grateful part?
It's not grateful today.
Has a right on it.
Happy
Yesterday was
grateful today.
Thanksgiving, if you're not grateful on Thanksgiving.
Mr. Peabody, right
Yes, sir.
though, isn't,
I'm gonna wait
don't
till about 6. Take over that truck of mine, you know? That's what I'll be grateful for.
I noticed you get farther.
I told him, I said, if you break down somewhere, then they're gonna allow you $100 for taking leave.
She said there's a book of it, so I got to read it.
Just on them. Didn't need to have it down.
What is that?
Reading Mr. Peabody. Maybe should have given him a token.
He didn't want to see his fair car trying to tow the truck.
It's on.
Just Russell Big. Yeah. Yeah, did you give Jay letters? No. Honey, no, I gave it for his dad to use on the road.
You all, that's the conversation.
Here, I was complaining, cause I said we're teenagers.
Can I go put my hat on?
Move over.
There's a chair right there.
Can I go put my hat on?
I'm trying to say, I
But
was
they already took
avoiding
all the pictures.
fatherly discipline. No, we have to.
My mom won't let me wear my hat. She's cruel and abusive.
Both of them are.
I'm getting all this on
Yeah,
tape.
Sandra, you know my
I'm
partner.
gonna take you to court. Isn't that right? I'm taking this to
Camera's
court.
going.
Yep, yes, he got red dot and it's going.
Shut up. My son's telling it how abusive I am.
And Ralph's camera.
I'll second it. Debbie is horribly abusive.
Yep, there you have it from David
You'll
and
probably
me.
have to be.
And what?
And him, I'm taking this to court. And him, I'm taking this to court.
And me again.
No, she don't need him.
It's gone a little too
It's a
far.
miracle
I
that
don't think so.
John Christian made it to 15.
What?
That's true.
What?
That's true.
They were running around the bar and I called John and Joel. I said, y'all come here. I said, can you read that on that wall? He went, Jack R.C. Jack C. Dad do that? I said, yeah. He said, oh, this must be a long time ago.
One or two days.
Exactly what he said.
Anybody else need something while I'm up?
Were y'all living there in 61?
Straight from the words of
That's y'all's license plate probably nailed up there then.
It is.
Fill your place with seconds, we gotta get rid of
Get me one named up.
Coming for some gravy.
Why are y'all surprised?
Already my mother-in-law's orders right here.
Something like
Make
that.
it to foliage.
Ralph,
Didn't I see you up there?
What?
Didn't I already see you up there?
Yeah.
For
And you'll probably see me there again. It will be a recurring occurrence for quite some time.
Well, I'm going back too, but I'm not back.
here, let me go.
Fill it up.
Why are y'all surprised I made it to 15? What was that?
30 minutes later.
Well,
Well, he asked a minute ago, but nobody answered him.
yeah. Why? What did you say anyway?
Just cause, you're lucky we didn't string you up by your toes.
Because we're abusive.
Oh, because they're abusive. I'm lucky. Yes, they admitted it in front of court. So this can and will be used against them in a court of law.
I think she did that on purpose.
I'm gonna be the judge.
She did it on purpose. She said,
I'm
who's
gonna
are
be
you,
the
Charlie?
witness.
11 freshmen. They were carving turkeys.
You guys did it.
And they were
He's gonna be the
all
judge,
that
Ed.
specialist in her. She kept it with a. Yeah, well, you just went right back. I know. I didn't hurt me.
They played Joe there all the time. She's serious. They said it.
Oh, he goes, whoa, whoa.
all the people out there will go, yes, and then he'll say, oh. So
They
it'll be
were
like he's
filming in
talking.
California. They showed Joan by herself, said, well, I'm Joan London, and Charlie said, yeah, y'all turn around, show him. And here he comes down the bank. He was running late, and he was just running, and they turned the camera around real quick and caught him. And then he couldn't even talk, he was going, I'm Charlie Gibson. She said, you want me to do the rest? And he goes, yeah.
Okay, good deal. I wanna go play taboo.
I want to play Monopoly.
So do I.
I wanna play gun. I don't. Well, fine.
You can walk back and get away with it.
I think it's there to stay, babe.
He's gonna balance a canoe on his chin.
I'm making that canoe.
Move over, butter. Here, that's, they're gonna move. They're gonna bounce a canoe on the chin.
Got it. Facing it, facing it.
Get that hair.
There's the studio.
You know
Mark
what?
Cap on my hat.
Got it.
Christian,
Right there.
asking him, it's going in.
And balance it.
She won't let me wear my hat. She said if I ask her, she's gonna throw it.
So there was-
And the hair tells me that.
We're done taking pictures.
There's another guy that doesn't have enough to do in life.
Yeah, that's so amazing he would do that, but why did he ever try it first?
I'm not wearing my hat, I'm wearing Bobby's hat.
Had to be something wrong there. Well, but I can do that.
And then what was that, if you could do it, you could do it.
Yeah, I know. Me and Chris are gonna walk down to our house right now and come back. So, play my person, okay?
Number two.
I'll just be on your team.
I'm a shit.
People before get done now.
Okay. Do you want him to?
I don't like
I'm joking.
play.
I'm on your ass.
Play. Hey, Susan. No play, Bobby.
Y'all just want to do the thing where you buy everything you land on?
Yeah.
Let's just play taboo. Let's play taboo.
We'll play that one until y'all get back.
Okay.
I'm shit when we play Monopoly.
I'm the
Where's
We're the
Make it that.
Oh, yeah.
Or
Where y'all going?
We're gonna play that in the living room.
They're going down their house. He said he's going, they're going out back. He said he's going back for it. You talking about that one? Half a roof.
can I walk down to the house to fix my hair? I mean, Chris, look right here.
I get to put some of the green stuff on
David,
the
what?
Yeah.
Well, Marilyn Jr. said that.
Well?
Yeah, the well. Susan, you wanna get down here now?
Huh?
Yeah, Susan, come down here.
Play around there.
I don't have to fight y'all to get through.
I'll move down. David, move down here. Now move down.
No. Crystal. They told on me, Crystal will bring some guns back home.
Guns? No.
nobody left but us adults. And I'm not sure about Cindy.
There's nothing left but us adults, he's not sure. Well, there's not a high performance. Fortunately for me, there's not an IQ requirement either.
There is a math requirement between it.
Oh my God. I could be in trouble there myself.
That would be in the family.
Gotta be able to spell it. M-A-P.
IT.
That's more my kids can do.
M-O-N-E-Y.
You said you gotta be able to spell it.
I do.
That's what I think.
And what Becky said.
She just looked at me real funny.
You know, Debbie needs to be down here closer.
Yeah, I can very well take that. That's what happens when you get over 40. You can't hear it. What they say? What they
Look at mom and gave back. I wish I had a camera
I
there.
said, you could very well take the place of me.
Oh no. I cannot hear you. That's even worse. Mary Lee, only I don't wish to defraud you. What I meant, Mary
If it wasn't for me, they wouldn't have any fun.
That's right. And I don't want to take that joy out of their
You need
life.
me to go outside and close something to eat? Okay.
Mary Lee, you know I didn't mean it that way.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know.
I did not.
She really did.
She gets pretty crusty sometimes. I'll tell you.
No, I did not. I meant.
Becky, you gotta go to the house and take a nap. Well, we end up by ourselves in our house now, don't we?
Yeah, how about that? Just you and the girls. All three of them.
Yeah, we said stay one more day, but he had some work he wanted to do tomorrow, trying to finish somebody else. He's let wire in their house.
How long the drive is for? He's wiring there.
4.5, 5 hours really.
That's not
Probably
bad at
for them
all,
six.
though.
Go back to listen.
We got a
Yeah.
ton of butter down here if you guys need it.
He's talking about taking most, if not all his tools. He's gonna put like 3 toolboxes on the back of that truck I gave him and load it down with most of his tools and let his little 66 Ford half ton have a break. He had been driving that white truck since 1966. He bought it brand new. Me and David both learned to drive in it. He still drives it around. The hinges on the inside broke to lift the lid, so he just went out and put 2 barn hinges on the truck and on the lid, and then you had to put an axe handle under it to hold it up or throw it all the way back against the thing to do it. He's got the switch where he has to stick a 3-way screwdriver in it to start it.
You can sit in the seat and see pavement underneath it.
Some of the rust is metal. He gets that completely unloaded. I may drag it 66 up here or something. Try to fix it up a little bit. I threatened to bury him in it. He won't bury him. Yeah, he don't look natural sitting in anything but that.
Well, it's already an antique.
I like doing body work on vehicles. I'm not even good at it. Are we glad we didn't smoke that other turkey we almost did?
Yeah, that's what we've done with Jackson.
Becky had one, and y'all said y'all were gonna cook this one. We decided not to smoke that other one.
I'm proud. I'm proud of that.
Me too. As much as I'd like that turkey tastes good. I mean, y'all didn't get y'all.
That was good.
Tender.
Lot left.
Did you bake that?
A lot of turkey
It
sandwich.
was real good.
Only 12
Okay,
days.
yeah.
That's what I said to me.
Mm-hmm.
13 turkey sandwiches.
But the part that there was some of the stuff at the top that I put it on and it just like bootleg at the top. And I thought, oh, a whole bird comes to pass. Oh, boy, I am.
Well, it wasn't at all. I do too.
Ralph was over there a while ago listening to his camcorder. Down there listening and looking at it and all like that, and I thought the noise was coming from your camcorder.
It's taboo.
boyfriend in the hallways. I've been very good. I haven't said a
You
word.
gonna see her boyfriend.
Only thing I said is she wasn't there, and I looked and he had his picture
Hubba.
of, she was holding him up. I mean, he was holding her up. Had him in their arm, holding her up like carrying her. And somebody was behind her.
Oh, you saw that picture?
And I said, what's that, Adrian? He goes,
We haven't either, admits to it.
he said, that's Andre. And I looked at him a minute and I said, you better watch that boy. Walked off real quick. I turned back around, he was grinning. He saw me grinning. But watch that boy.
Yeah, we hadn't seen this picture.
Well, I'll get it for you.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a lot of room. Give it back to you later, Adrian. Hang it up, it's locked. He is an extremely nice kid. He really is.
I get this
Just
chair.
quit dealing drugs.
Yeah, this,
I got one.
Quit carrying guns to school and dealing drugs.
that's all right. I'm fixing to start carrying my gun. Going back to the old west.
Boyfriends and girlfriends or something that just happened to do it.
I believe I could get a lot more authority in there. Maybe let me shoot 2 or 3.
That's worked real quick.
Said, I'm gonna go to jail and I'm taking 2 or 3 away. You don't care. It's gonna be hard here.
Why do you have a phone?
I wasn't there. God didn't plan it.
Them and I are going, we'll be back in a little while.
We're kind of split.
I already took a nap and I'm so good.
Okay.
I
This is table
just
for the.
sitting there now. I got one.
We'll ask
We'll be back in a little while.
Mom. You can play with whatever it is that you.
What we gonna do this afternoon?
What is
Get it fixed. We got the table and all this laid down. It's not up to
He just
Russell.
was that what he wanted to play with?
Yeah, we've already put it up in the draft back down. Mary, did you make the dime man salad? I did.
That was good.
There you go. I think one thing wasn't good, but I don't know.
Look, we got our ice cream with Beatles in it.
He was kidding.
One of those things you melt like that in water.
Dusty back the stove. White paint. Do I have black one?
No, you're fine.
I am annoying at times, aren't I? I apologize.
Why did you drink out of it?
Ralph,
Yes, ma'am.
why do you think you're annoying?
Because I am at times.
We know that, but why do you think so?
He was telling me that. Running down the things I give him. I don't use regular ice cream. Yes, eat yogurt on it.
Now, I like that peach yogurt. I just didn't want peach yogurt on blackberry cobbler.
I saw you playing when I walked in there.
We got peach cobbler.
When you steal something, you come to look
Peach
for it.
yogurt might taste pretty good on peach cobbler.
Right then. You understand?
And Amber, you're using Nathan, this glass here that's got Nathan's name on it is your glass for right now.
She'll say, I got ice cream, and she'll bring out something. She goes, this tastes just like real ice cream. It does, really, it does.
Knowing she's fibbing all.
What she needs to do is go out there on the deep freeze, put it in a bowl, and bring it to me. Don't tell me nothing. I'd probably eat it and be happy as a lark.
There you go.
Ice cream, she always brings peach yogurt. Style. Peach yogurt, I tell you, I like yogurt. Only reason I got vanilla ice cream the other day is because I did not want peach yogurt on blackberry cobbler. It's allowed.
Across from you. Watch it. Lean over there. You're gonna explode.
It's rain. Kids come by the hallway and hit me with, hey, Mr. Russell. Only muscle to work out with. What do you think?
If they did, it's fine.
Is that what you coughing on? Well, Audrey, when you walk across the thing up there, graduation night, can I stand up on that back row with thinking about getting you that new one and hanging it right here, but it may be too close to that.
I wondered what that was.
Gotta have a certain amount of clearance on the side, doesn't need any in the back, but it needs a certain amount of clearance on the side.
Well, I tell you what I was thinking, putting it in the bedroom in there and doing away with that other one.
Okay. I'm telling you, I mean, I'm not cutting down Dearborns, but they are top of the line and all that, but these new ones are so much more efficient. You know, they've just figured out ways, they claim it's 99.9% efficient. Burns up that, uses that much fuel for just pure heat.
Yeah.
That's what we need, fishing.
Going fishing.
Broke my pole.
David, you get through doing yours, you mind just restoring, just turning that one off for a little while, please? Just on top, just, well, you got, click the red button by the viewfinder first.
Down to get you in a taxi, honey, you better be ready about 8:30. I'm getting young and late, I want to be there when the band starts playing. When we get there, honey, them steps I'm gonna have them all, gonna dance all over my shoes, gonna play those jelly rollers tomorrow night at the Dark Town Struthers Hall.
No, I brought that for you. I needed a short one.
Shine on Harvest Moon.
Well, you play it. You can play.
No, I ain't here.
Why?
Cindy, where's Cindy?
Cindy's gone. She's not here right now. She'll be here in a minute.
Get you a play.
Is there a second verse to that?
No. I'll sing the first one again.
Get you in a taxi, honey, in about 8:30. Now, dearie, don't be late. I want to be there when the band starts playing. Remember when it gets there, honey, step out, gonna have them all, gonna dance all over our shoes. When we play those jelly roll blues, tomorrow night at the Dark Town Struthers Hall. Gonna dance all over my shoes when we play those jelly roll blues. Tomorrow night at the Dark Town Struthers Hall. Tomorrow night at the Dark Town Struthers Hall.
How can you guys sit still? Don't you wanna get up and dance?
That's a little jig.
Yeah. You was a moving one.
That was good music.
David, you can play guitar a little bit, can't you, son? Whoa, you whoa. Play,
You know that.
New Orleans, what's the,
Mason Street Blues.
Battle of New Orleans?
Same thing.
Yeah, no, that's
No,
not.
but one like it.
Oh, House of the
House of
Yeah.
the Rising Sun. Oh, yeah, I like that. I used to do a little of that, but I couldn't do it.
Where's it go?
That was pretty, you guys.
I don't know. I forgot that. I forgot you put Amazing Grace to it.
Out in that city where the ransom will shine, I wanna go upon that silver line. I've got a mansion just over the hilltop in that right land where
watching The Land of Time for Time, or The Land Before Time.
Oh, safely to me. He sailed at the dawning, all day I lay blue. Red sails in the sunset, I'm trusting in you. With wings you must
You're not singing.
head straight for the shore. We're married tomorrow, then he'll go sailing no more. Red sails in the sunset, way out on the sea. Oh, carry my loved one home safely to me. There's not me, I sadly forget like a dream that planted by the water. I shall not be in this love fever. I shall not be in the love fever. I shall not be just like a dream that's planted by the water. I shall not be. I shall not be. I shall not be. I shall not be. I shall not be like a dream that's planted by the water. Yes, I shall not be.
Not bad for a man with red roof.
Sing angels flying too close to the ground, Jack.
Oh, that'll be
Oh,
pretty.
yeah, I love that.
That's another guitar song, right?
Loud, like it
Here you go.
That's about as loud as I can
Turn
holler.
around and look at her. That way she'll see.
Angels flying too close to the ground. You patched up your broken wing. Hung around a while, trying to get your spirits up. I knew someday that you'd fly away. Love's the greatest healer to be found. Leave me if you need to. I will step. Angels flying too close to the ground. I'd rather see you love than see you now. Leave me if you need to. I will remember. Flying too
That's below.
How old were you?
So that made you about 14.
I don't guess I was 7. Because I married Grady at 22 and I've been divorced.
Sun's in my eyes.
Sun's
So maybe
Somewhere
18.
19.
They don't go
Hey,
very
Casey,
well.
I
anyway.
made several trips on the motorcycle by myself to White River, Missouri, which is
just
about
push it up.
75 miles from St. Louis. My dog, I had my pit bull as a
Why'd you do that?
sidecar.
Where were you going?
Because that was where Jim's people lived. That's okay, if you get a sidecar, I'd ride it. And one time I was going around the curve, just slowly going around the curve, and she saw a dog and jumped out. Oh, I thought, sure, saw a dog from Menlo, she was tied. She was a
Tell
pit
she's
bull.
gonna drag around the ground, huh?
She was a full-blooded pit bull. She was real pretty.
Did we ever tell you the
Tootsie
story?
Mojo.
The story about the time that he robbed the warehouse?
Well, no.
Lived on 219 South Main Street, and I was just about the size of Casey, me and a buddy of mine. I think we was 4 or 5 years old. And to show you how small I was, well, we don't have the windows here, but you know those 6-pane windows and all like that. One of the windows was broke out on the second pane. On the first pane here is 6, and then the second pane up here top, right up above the lock and all like that. And I crawled through one of those little narrow.
What were you out running the streets at that age?
Well, the Elliott Frog and Switchworks was right behind our house there, and it was closed down. It was on a weekend, and me and this buddy of mine, we was looking for something to do. And so we was just we walked around on the back of the tracks and around behind the Elliott Frog and Switchworks, and this we looked up, saw that window was gone. You know, it was in the summer. Yeah, I mean, hey, open invitation. So we climbed up through there, and I crawled through one of those little things, and then the buddy of mine, he crawled through it, and we looked into there. Man, we opened desk drawers, you know, and I found some chalk. I put that chalk in my pocket. I didn't know what I wanted with it, but there wasn't no pens and pencils that didn't interest me, you know, anything of this nature.
Well, you probably had pencils at home.
Yeah.
No chalk.
No, I didn't have pencils at home.
Oh, no, you
Really?
didn't have spare pencils when we grew up.
Yeah.
No, that really and truly
You go
not.
to the store, you go to school, and if you lose your pencil, you were in trouble because you couldn't get your homework.
Oh.
You bought pencils for a penny.
There was an old story about some people were poor, some people were poor, and some people were po. You know, because you couldn't afford those other 2 letters. Huh? And now, so help me. Now, this is true. Mrs. Shalarman, you remember Mrs.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Mrs. Shalarman. She was my teacher, and I forget now what grade I was in. But she told me not to come to school without a pencil. She says, don't come back to school if you ain't got a pencil. I went home and told Mom. My mom looked that house over, and you used to be able to buy penny pencils. And I had to go to school without a pencil. Now that's absolutely true. You know, Mom looked that house over, and there was not a red cotton paper cent. There used to be those penny pencils. They're little bitty thin red pencils, and they had a little bitty tiny, just kind of a humped up eraser on the end of it. And so they sold them for a penny a piece. And I had to go to school without a pencil.
I bet she had a note with you. She
Yeah.
Have no chance, doesn't write on.
You didn't touch her kid. You did pocket kid.
Yeah, I remember Mrs. Bennett, Mrs. Schlarman, Mrs. Leitner was my first grade teacher.
Myers.
Yeah. Myers, and then Mrs. Muck on the 8th grade.
Yeah.
Mrs. Muck was the one, boy, so you talk about, was she a meanie. She wore those long skirts down to her ankles and all like that, you know. And yeah, hair is just as white as your jacket there. And one day, I snuck my dad's watch out of the house, and I took it to school with me, and I was showing it off around and all. And I got it in, and she taught arithmetic. And I was sitting in my 8th grade arithmetic class there at Franklin High School, or Franklin Grade School. And I got that watch out, and I was fiddling with it, fooling with it, and all like that, you know. And I noticed that, heard everything was real quiet, and I looked up, and Mrs. Muck was standing right there, you know. And I looked up, and pow! She said, pow!
Oh, she hit you?
Oh, did they hit you, hon? They used to, all of them, have those long things and all that.
Big old
They'd
pail. I
send
had
you to the
one
principal's
teacher that
office
would
for
throw
legs.
she could
Give
throw
me
a
the good old
ruler
days.
across the room and hit you, and
she slapped the fool out of me.
Nah, you had plenty left.
Well, I guarantee she took my dad's watch. Oh, I'm telling you, but
Were you afraid you'd go?
yeah, I was afraid to go home. But she gave it back to me after school. She said, don't you ever bring that watch back. Oh, I sure did.
Yeah, that's no in the world.
Is that far out?
You didn't tell us about what happened at the robbery.
I don't know, can't get it over.
Oh, well, I got some chalk. That's all it was.
They didn't catch you?
No, it was closed down for the weekend, you know, and when we come in and come out there, the door on the inside was open, you know, from going out into the warehouse, and all it was this Elliott Frog and Switchworks, where they put together a lot of these cross switches for railroad tracks, you know, where your train will go this way or go that way. You throw a big lever, slide lever.
Yeah.
Well, they put together a bunch of those things like that, and they had welders, and they'd pour molded steel in through there and all the rest of it. But it was just a big warehouse, all as big as from here down there to Church's place. It was big and drafty and
it didn't interest you and Charlie, huh?
Yeah. Me and Charlie Beeler. I think he was.
They probably figured if they.
But I mean, hey, what could we do with a railroad switch?
Not much.
But then we walked out into the warehouse, and my backyard out of my house was just right underneath. It was what it was. It was metal sides just come right down to dirt, and I had already a long time ago dug a tunnel underneath the thing there to where I could get up in there if I wanted to, you know. And
You know that?
Oh, I didn't know he had a tunnel.
but I just slid underneath the walls and was right there in my backyard.
The biggest deal he ever got into, you know, the trolley cars used to run on them big lines. I think we told you that.
Yeah.
The streetcars, they had those things, you know, the trolley that come off of there, it would run, it stopped. And when it'd go around the curve, right where we lived, it made a almost square turn. That toward the back end, way out, and sometimes it would come off, so they got the idea, when it come off, it always tickled them, because
Back
the
down.
motorman had to get out and start it again, put the trolley back on.
Is there still some coals in there, son?
Yes, sir.
All right.
And him and Charlie got to pulling that.
Yeah, you can.
When they go around, they hop on the back of it, pull it off real quick and run, you know.
What you do, you could get up, it was on a, kind of a wind spring, this big long lever and all that, and it was on a long spring cord. And it was on a pulley, and it'd run right on that electric cord line thing up to there. And you could pull it down and get that pulley right on the edge of the wire up through there, and it'd run along there just fine as long as electricity would hold it on till you went around the corner, and it'd jump off. And it was about 50 foot from our front of our house to the corner, and they'd always slow down right there, you know. And
So you'd always get on the back of it when they slow down, and then when they hit the corner, they'd be off.
Daddy'd get out, and he'd look and look, but one time they played it a little bit short, and him and Charlie come in that front door of our house and underneath the bed, and
yeah, the conductor, they had two conductors on there, one riding in the back.
and they come to Mama's door.
There's a problem.
They come to Mama's door, knock on that door, and said, two little boys come running into his house. She said, well, I have a boy, but I don't know where he's at right now. But she just lied him right out of that. She wasn't in church, but she got him out from under that bed, and he paid for that. They didn't pull no more.
Trolley cars.
But I was down in front of St. Mary's Catholic Church, and the streetcar went right in between St. Mary's Church and Monteferine's drugstore, and there was a stop sign right through there, and just as the streetcar started up and all like that, I was making a mad dash for the back end. I was going to ride uptown, you know. know, just hop on the back end of it, and ride on uptown.
Not in the car, but on the back.
Yeah, on the back, on the back end, the car was kind of rounded in the back end, you know, like that, and they had these big wide, slots and all for you to put different placard advertising in, and you could grab a hold of them, the top of them things, because they were pretty heavy metal, and you could hold on to there, and then on the bottom foot and all the rest, all like, kind of like a cow catcher on a railroad train, and you could just stand up there and ride, you know, and do pretty good. But this particular time, I was making a mad dash and all like that for the back end of that streetcar, and somebody grabbed me right by the shirt collar and all like that, and I looked up, there was Mom. Boy, did I get wore out.
She was afraid for her to get hurt.
Religious right was influencing
One
the teachers and school board detectives,
detective
you know,
anyway.
speaking out and all
She was a
that.
good detective.
And this is just, and I mean, it was just disgusting.
But there was, after the streetcars quit running, and I was, really truly, I was older,
The NEA is
and I knew
presided
better,
over the last
but
20
me and
years
some
unprecedented-
other boys was hopping the back of the city buses. There was a big wheel, now buses
Everybody
was,
sit right as
oh, they
checks.
stood this high off the ground, the old time
And
city
it's
buses.
really good.
And, me and Charlie Beeler and
They
Bob
all do
Tessler.
retired.
And Bob and Charlie, they was a little bit faster than I was, and they run and they got on the back end of this bus, and I caught the bumper. And I didn't reach up, couldn't reach up there because the bus was leaving out pretty quick, you know. And I caught the bumper, and between there and all that block, I was taking about 30-foot steps. I was holding on to that bumper for dear life.
You let go, you'd have just slid.
Oh man, if I'd let go or just stopped, you know, it'd just drug my feet all the way down the street and all like that, but I kept running. I'd take about 30-foot steps till he stopped down at the next corner down there where Younger's grocery store was at.
Wasn't the same as riding on back then as it was in trolley cars.
No, it sure wasn't because them things go a lot faster. With the trolley car, every time they start off with cling cling, you know.
Got into more than it is easy, yeah.
You knew what he'd get ready to
Yeah,
do.
you knew what you.
It was a good thing he didn't grow up with Charlie his whole life. I don't know what that ended up being.
Jail, probably.
Mom tried to keep a close eye on it.
You ever notice how when you got in a lot of trouble, it's always you and somebody else? Very seldom just you.
Well, me and Charlie, Bob Tessmer lived right next door to us, and he was a little bit older than I was, and Charlie Beeler was his cousin, and I got acquainted with Charlie. Charlie and I was about the same age, and we was just formed up pretty good buddies. And, in fact, about the only time or two that I played hooky from school, Mom thought I was in school, and I wasn't. We was over at Charlie Beeler's house, you know.
The only time I played hooky from school, about 70% of the school played hooky that day. They called us all the office. They wanted to know where we were. They said, "Did you go hear Alvino Ray?" "Oh, sir, I didn't." Because I didn't. I went to this movie.
Went to another movie.
I went to a different one. And my brother was sitting there. He says, "How come I got in trouble and you didn't?" He was quite unhappy.
You go see Albino Ray or whatever it was?
He went to see Alvino Ray. And he's singing guitar.
Alvino Ray played a Hawaiian guitar, boy, and he could make that thing wow, wow, you know. He had an electric instrument on it and all like that to where he could just almost make it talk. He
It'd be
was
the
good
same
on
as Willie Nelson coming putting on something at the show during school hours, and everybody just took off and went.
And you took off
Except
from
me,
where?
I had been there the night before. I went to a different one though, because I wasn't gonna stay at school and everybody else took off. That's the only time I was scared.
Oh.
Without permission.
Parents that don't keep their kids in school.
What's this world coming to?
I told Rhonda, if you want to skip, just tell me, because I don't want them to come to my door and saying, your child skipped and he was praying and they got killed on the way home like them kids from Jackson.
tell me and we'll discuss it.
You know, and I'm serious about this. If a kid can make all A's and B's, and needs to miss or just take a day off or something, I can understand that.
That's the way I feel.
But all these kids I've got that's got D's and F's, and they'll take off a week and go deer hunting.
I know.
You know, I'm going, wait a minute. And their mom and dad will send a note saying they're going deer hunting. Can you give them their work? And I've started writing on there. They don't even do it in class. I'm sure they won't do it at deer camp.
You probably should. Here's the assignment, bud.
But anyway, you know, I give it to them, just grin, because I know they're going to do it. But I don't know, maybe the parents decide, hey, they're going to flunk out anyway, might as well enjoy life and sit back and not get stressed about it or something, I don't know.
No, I think they just think that deer camp is one of the life's things that you're allowed to do.
I'm stressed, but they're not.
Makes you wonder, was it 40% of our kids graduate, can't read and write on a literate level to fill out an application anymore?
Yeah.
And you wonder, what's our education system?
But they can get to the deer woods.
They can get to the deer woods and shoot a deer.
I have a cousin that is one of the presidents of a big insurance company in New York, and they're moving they have this big office building that they own, and they're moving to New Jersey because they cannot get a literate secretarial help in New York.
Isn't that something?
They're moving their whole operation.
We're spending billions of bucks to get these guys educated. And you guys don't have any power. You don't have power to do anything.
NEA.
Yeah.
I agree with, they're killing education.
Yep.
They got all these social ideas that'll cure everything.
Yep.
Well, I'll tell you what, those social
But
ideas,
you know,
when I was going to school, it was out to,
all jokes aside, that teacher slapping you, I don't agree with that, seriously. But we have lost that healthy fear. You know, if a kid had their daddy's watch in their class now and I tried to take it away from them, they could do whatever they wanted to, and ain't anything I could do with it. And if they didn't want to give it to me, they wouldn't have to. You know?
Well, our teachers, they could take anything they wanted from us.
Well, I agree. You know, nobody needs to be slapping anybody upside the head. You know, and nobody needs to be doing a lot of things you could probably call abuse. But there's not that healthy respect,
There's no respect for
and
authority.
sense of fear of any authority. You know.
That's right.
I don't think it was really, I don't think they did a whole lot of it.
But then it started at home. He was accountable to his mother.
Yeah.
oh, wow, was I
Well,
ever?
that's the whole thing is those kids don't have respect for their own parents,
No, they
much
don't.
less anybody else.
Of course, a lot of them don't even have parents. You know?
That's exactly
I mean,
right.
they got one.
Yeah. Well, he practically was raised with just one.
That's true, but it wasn't.
See, there's a certain point where you have to stop and say, you know, I was raised wrong. But when you realize, you say, okay, what can I do now as an adult to help myself work out? Not that it's easy or that it happens in one day, but you decide, hey, this is right, this is wrong, and I want to do what's right. And you can't go around blaming your past forever. You know, not totally.
They've just went overboard about
You
this
can as
stuff.
long as
This
people
show
tell you
and
that's
stuff
okay.
like
They said that's okay, and we'll pay you.
And we'll pay you
support
if you do. When it's easier to sit back and draw minimum wage and not do anything, and not, you know, not be accountable for anything, there's a certain majority of people, or there's a certain number of people who's gonna do it, not a majority. That's just, well, yes, that's what I'm talking about, yeah.
Does anyone know where a Bible is?
Right down there.
I know the
got
answers.
Bobby on to swear on it because he said he said he rolled a 5 and we neither of us.
Always, for love, the greatest healer to be found. Leave me if you need to, I will still remember. Angels fly too close to the ground. Oh, you done that real good.
Sounded good.
Oh, my sunshine, my only sunshine, you make me happy.
And get wet.
Skies are sing the songs that we know. You never know how much I love you.
never sang Go Down Moses, did we?
Oh, you done that good. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, by and by. I'll fly away. Just a few more weary days and then I'll fly away. To the land where joy will never end. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, by and by. I'll fly away. Oh, wish I knew all the rest of the verses.
Fly away. Two more? Yeah, there's two more. Just a few more weary days then, do we do that? Just a few more weary days and then. I don't know the next line. It's in at number 9.
To a land where joy shall never end.
There you go. I'll fly away. Andre's gonna sing it for us, hopefully.
Nope, he said nope.
She'll sing loud as her uncle out there.
The shadows of this life is over. I'll fly away. Like a bird from prison I have flown. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, by and by. I'll fly away.
It just tickles me to death. They say 3 words and we know it. We all jump in.
When you sing company like the church, and you don't really got the words in there, you wait for the other guy to say a word, then it comes.
And it all comes, it just tickled me. They said 2 or 3
I
words and
used
we
to
all
watch Irene, and she'd watch me, and if they would go away from me, she'd say, come back.
See, that's what about 2 years ago, I quit putting my hymn down. I stopped it. I just shut down, I just quit singing. Go down, singing. 40 years now, I don't know.
So you
And you know,
Pharaoh's got my
you need that
people,
verse.
he won't let them sing. Pharaoh's got my people, he won't let them sing. Pharaoh's got my people, he won't let them sing. Tell old Pharaoh, let my people go.
Bobby, just record that on the
Down, Moses, down Egypt land. Go down, Moses,
Record it.
down Egypt land. Go down, Moses, down Egypt land. Tell old Pharaoh, let my people
She can't get
go.
nobody to play her piano.
Can't get nobody to play her piano. She's got a
Bobby
big,
almost.
expensive piano here.
He didn't even think about it.
He's 10.
He's thinking about how to let you down low. Easy, I mean.
Come on over here, Bob. Record it.
Go over, boy. Give up.
Let my people go.
Debbie can learn she will.
Debbie, record it. Debbie, come on over here.
I can record, yes.
Come,
Is
chord.
that what? Oh,
Chord.
chord. No, can't go.
Come on, Debbie.
Bobby could.
I can record. If you
Come on,
got
Bob.
the chord, I can.
We're playing in C. I can play in C.
Okay, you take the guitar and Daddy will chord.
No.
What?
I think we got that.
I got it.
Got that on tape.
You know, didn't you understand?
Jack always says that to his boys. Which part of no did you not understand? The N or the O?
Tell my kids at school. 2 letters.
Just country song like that.
Oh, that's probably where he got it.
Look, okay, Soup Mother, hand me that stuff over there. Underneath that, I want to show that to Soup.
You're mine.
Sorry, the hook's gone.
These wild songs.
About broke Terry.
Okay, here, we'll count your blessings.
You don't need to see this one.
I'm on the wrong key.
That's all right.
This book is 1966 book.
For your daddy, little girl, to have. sonny boy.
Oh, that's good.
Though you're only 3, sonny boy, there's no way of knowing, there's no way of showing what you mean to me, sonny boy.
A little bit higher.
Though you're only 3, sonny boy, you're all the world to me, sonny boy.
When we all get together.
It'll be real nice.
You remember that one? Wish I remembered the words to that one.
I thought I seen it in here, but.
Okay, hey there.
Cookie.
You know hey there.
I made a mistake though.
Mildred, you know hey there.
If Miss Jeffers don't make these cookies, I'll never get even one.
The sound of the song is very familiar, but I can't, the tune is.
Just insult us.
Just told her her mama's cookies were better than hers. She said, well, I wonder why they're the same recipe. And I said, well, notice this golden cookie brown. Yours is more of the golden brownie brown on the bottom. She said, what's the difference? I said, well, hers aren't burnt.
You're cruising for bruising, I'm telling you.
And shout victory.
Travel with see this man of sorrow, walk the